Hello, Succeeders. This is Stacy Barlow Hill, leadership and lifestyle coach, coming to you today. If you don't know who I am a leadership and lifestyle coach helping overwhelmed business owners to better balance their lives and lead successfully. I don't believe that you can truly be successful in leadership until you have first become successful at leading yourself. So, today I want to talk about we are all in this together, but not quite. So yesterday, my Stacy snippet that went out was entitled, "Are you bitter or better?" And in that message, I briefly mentioned that I heard someone say that we were all in a storm, but our storms all look different, and that we're not all on the same boats in these storms. And so I hear people say this all the time, that we're all in this together. And I've also said this myself. But as this pandemic continues to play out, my response has shifted to, we are all in this together, but not quite. Um, we may be going through this storm and we're all going through something that's affecting everyone, but it's not affecting us all in the same way. So I've heard a range of people who have told me that some are practicing retirement, they're living the good life, they're enjoying this rest and relaxation time. But then some are saying that they're going through it, but maybe they're more focused on their spirituality and their relationship with God. So they're feeling it, but they're looking to someone higher than them to help them get through it. So it's not completely devastating, but they're not fully living the good life either. And then there's some that are just flat out struggling to make ends meet. They feel like they might completely lose their businesses. They're worried about putting food on the tables for their families. Um, some are even on the complete opposite side, and maybe they're actually seeing an increase in business and they're doing better than they've ever done before. So we're all in this together, but not quite. The boats and the vehicles that we're riding out the storm in, they all look different. So the ones that are flying high might be in a yacht. They're chilling, they're partying, they're Netflix binging. They're ordering on Amazon all day. They're in the yacht, just riding the storm out. The ones that are practicing for retirement and focusing on faith, they might be in a mid-sized boat. It's not a yacht, but it's getting them where they got to go. They've got indoor plumbing. They they've got different rooms to go in, but it's not quite a yacht. And then the people that are struggling, who see no hope in their future, they might be in a kayak or a canoe. They've got no shelter. They don't know what's going to keep them safe. The rain is just coming down on them. They can't see, the end of the tunnel. So the boat that you're in the storm is going to perceive how you look at the storm. This situation is so unique because, yes, we're all going through something that we've never experienced before. So we all have that in common, and that makes for human connection and for a sense of a shared experience. However, we've still got to be sensitive to the experience of others and what they're going through at this time. You may be flying high, but your brother or sister might be as low as they've ever been, and you may not be able to tell that necessarily by looking at them. So I feel that this being in this together needs to start taking on more of a "I see you" type definition. It should mean more that I may not be experiencing exactly what you're experiencing, but I see you. I recognize and I acknowledge that I can show empathy for your version of the storm. And I can try to understand that my storm might look completely different, but I can still acknowledge what you're going through, and I can still be here for you. So I started thinking that, this really just applies to life in general, even outside of this pandemic. You have no idea what someone is going through just by looking at them. They say smiling faces sometimes tell lies, and a whole lot of what people do or don't do or say or don't say, it comes from where they're at in their journey. Their actions might not make any sense to you, and sometimes it might offend you, and you may wonder, what could they possibly be thinking? Um, but you have to consider that they have a different journey, and their actions are just a reflection of the stage of the journey that they're in, and people make decisions based on where their mindset is at that time. I mean, you can probably even relate to a period of time in a position that you've been in where you made a bad decision and you think now I would have never made that decision, in the place that I'm in now. So you can't judge people's decisions and their actions based off of where you are. You have to think about where they are and what's caused them up to this point to make those decisions. So I really feel like this can just be a completely separate message because there's so much to just unpack just in that one statement, but it's so true. Our walk is never going to be the same as anyone else's. We may all have similarities and we have things in common, but our journeys and our experiences, they're all unique. And we're going to have very different mindsets and trained ways of thinking about what we're doing. So, simply put today, show compassion and don't assume that others know what you're going through or that you know what they're going through. So don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to vent or to let someone know that you're not okay, because it's okay to not be okay. The more that we take the time to understand each other and not just merely spew out words like we're all in this together, the better that we're going to be. And the more that we're truly going to begin to see each other and respect each other's journeys. Um, so take a moment out today. Just reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while. Find out how they're truly doing. Do something to brighten their day and to show them that you see them. So remember my words. Remember, we're all in this together, but not quite. I'll see you guys next week.